So the problem that we see, which I'm sure you are all familiar with, is that consumers are simply overwhelmed when it comes to their skincare. This is largely due to a lack of access to professional skin support, the complex nature of our skin, and of course, the sheer breadth of choice available on the market. So we did our own research on this to understand consumer behavior, and they're actually spending 9 working days of research every single year researching skincare. So this is 1.7 hours per product purchase. But despite this investment of time, in 62% of cases, they're actually getting it wrong. They never repurchase that product again, and they go back through this trial and error process repeatedly, getting ever more frustrated and not seeing any results in their skin. So the knock-on impact of this overwhelm for brands and retailers is poor online conversion. So beauty has one of the lowest online conversion rates at 1.6%. That's Shopify data, which is obviously a real challenge for brands and retailers. Amongst lots of other macro factors that are increasing the cost of acquisition, brands are really sort of desperate for solutions to solve this. So we launched Renude AI Skin Advisor to really solve this problem for consumers, to help them match with the right products and get the right advice to make confident purchasing decisions. We do this using 3 different technologies: computer vision to analyze the skin, machine learning to recommend products, and conversational AI to answer questions. So our computer vision diagnostic system has been built using over 4 million proprietary data points. We actually provided manual recommendations to consumers and tracked their skin over a period of 4 years to really understand which combinations of products and ingredients were working for which types of skin. So that allowed us to collect a data set, which we then worked with a group of 15 doctors and dermatologists to label to build our technology, which can detect 32 different parameters on the skin. This has been tested and verified by a panel of Harley Street dermatologists, and obviously all important detection of makeup, smile, and lighting to make sure we can see the skin clearly from a selfie image. So our machine learning technology has again been built from manual recommendations made by licensed estheticians. So this is not only simple kind of tagging systems that brands or retailers might have, it's actually looking at what are the pathways of that skin concern that we're seeing on the skin, and what's the best combination of ingredients to target multiple pathways of that concern to actually complement each other and ultimately achieve visible results for that customer. So we provide step-by-step routines that are really designed to work holistically. We've gone deep on the formulation side, so we've labeled nearly every single skincare ingredient that exists in formulation so that we can automatically analyze ingredient lists to really understand the properties of a skincare product. And then we use large language models to help answer any skincare-related question. So what we learned from working with consumers over a number of years is that you can make a recommendation, but actually there's a lot of follow-up questions that come with that. So how does this fit with my current routine? Is it vegan? Does it have fragrance? How many times a day should I be using it? All of these types of questions. So we use the knowledge that we've gained from answering these questions for consumers over a number of years to build something that not only gives accurate responses, but also knows how to build trust with the consumer over time. So we license our technology to brands and retailers. So ultimately their goal is to build trust with the consumer, convert that consumer, and retain the consumer. So actually that journey of the conversation within the chat is really important for that side. So it works, yay. This is a case study from one of our brands that went live a few months ago. They're called Nip and Fab. Don't know if they sell here, but they're big in the UK. They're actually seeing nearly a 16% conversion rate from somebody opening that chat to making a purchase. So if you remember at the start, I said beauty average is 1.6, so that's 10 times higher. As well as this, they're seeing an average order value increase of 48%, so nearly half again of what their current one is. And then an email opt-in rate of 68%. So that's lovely, valuable data that brands get to capture. It's completely optional for people to leave their emails. So 68% really shows that people want to receive follow-up communications after their experience with the chat. I don't know how I'm doing for time, but I've just got one last slide, which is I thought it'd end with story time. So I joke that this technology is sort of 20 years in the making. I'm nearly 37 now, so that would actually be 22 years in the making. When I was 15, I discovered skincare for the first time. So I discovered the product Liz Earle Cleanse and Polish. If you haven't tried it, it's an experience I'd recommend. I also at that age learned that you could make skincare as a job, which was very exciting to me. So obviously I went and did that. So I got my BSc in cosmetic science and learned how to make skincare. Then I went to work as a skincare formulator for big corporates like Reckitt and Boots, making brands like E45 and No7. And then I got a little bit frustrated in the corporate world, so I moved to a couple of different startups, including Beauty Pie, where I was part of the launch team. So I joined the business a year before the launch and helped to launch the brand and led skincare there. And then after this decade of being asked for skincare advice by friends and family, I started scaling that solution on social media. I ended up on the BBC, so national news in the UK, and then had hundreds and hundreds of emails from strangers around the country asking for skincare advice. And that was sort of the moment I thought, you know, this is actually quite a big problem, and I'm going to attempt to solve it. So I teamed up with my co-founder, who is really the brains. She's a data science and machine learning background, to launch Renude, and that was back in 2020. So that's me.
Okay,
Thank you for listening.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Just one question. I'm fascinated by the advice part, the large language model and so forth, and the data which are going in. To who belongs the data that you are receiving? This is for you.
Yeah, so personal data is for the brand.
Okay.
So kind of name, email at the start, but any of the aggregated data, all of those insights, you know, what people are searching for, the trends, those kind of things are ours.
So day after day, Renude is getting smarter.
Exactly, yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, it's so interesting, and it's almost like those conversations can shape every single department within a brand or retailer. You know, we're understanding, are the same questions being asked about the same product, or do people go to one product and then they go straight to another product and they buy them together? And, you know, all of these things that impact buying, merchandising, product development, marketing. So yeah, it's really, really powerful tool.